right, you should have come in as per the Caravan Club instructions from the M66 motorway, and we're now in the centre of Bury, and you can see probably, or saw on the right, is a very, very obvious The Rock shopping centre. So that means you've come in the way they suggest. The thing that's interesting about this is getting the lanes correct, and I'm obviously in the far left near side lane, and just stay in that as you go past Bury Market and the shopping centres, pedestrian traffic lights. You can see TK Maxx on the left there, Bury Market on your right, so just stay in this lane. Next thing you'll see is this sign up ahead, still saying East Lancs Railway, which fits in with the instructions. And there's this big red bricked building smack in the centre. Just keep going past that straight on. It's the Woodbury Centre. So the Woodbury Centre, which is part of Bury College, you pass here on your left. Bus station on your right. Continuing along, you'll find that the East Lancs Railway goes off to the right, and you want to avoid that. So you keep going straight on, and you can see it then becomes a fade to the right. Still following the East Lancs Railway signage, but it's going to go off to the right in a minute. So basically we've been staying in the same lane throughout, and we'll keep doing that for a little bit. Up ahead is the sign for the East Lancs Railway, but you can see the Burrs Country Park Caravan Club sign posted to the left. Now at this point I would stay in this lane to the right that says Bolton on it. It then brings you into the middle lane coming through here. And as early as you can, signal and take yourself over into the right hand lane. You can do that earlier, but it's very traffic dependent when it's safest to do so. You're now following the Toddington Ramsbottom sign. You're in the correct lane. You'll find in a little bit the traffic will merge in from the right. But the key to that whole junction up there is when it is safe just to move into the lane that takes you for the Ramsbottom turn. And it will vary just depending upon the traffic. As I say then, the traffic, if you've managed to end up in this lane, it's the traffic to your right that's having to merge in. It's a bit easier for you to do it the way I've done it if you're towing, because you're then very, very quickly going to come upon, after this no entry, we'll come upon the sign for Burrs, which you can see is one of those familiar brown signs, where I'm going to go right. We will now enter a long road that takes us through a housing estate. We won't bother filming all of that. Okay, you've come to the end of the normal road, and you can see the cobbles and some of the early Burrs sign, and trust me, you do have to tow very slowly over these cobbles. They're not only cobbles, but the road's really very uneven itself. It says 10 miles an hour, you'd be lucky to do that when towing, probably more like 5. And you can see straight ahead the old industrial brick tower, which will become very familiar to you when you're on site. At the end of the cobbles, you then come to a little bridge. Make sure it's clear before you enter, because as you can see, you couldn't fit 2 cars along here. Again, you can see the chimney stack on your left, some of the old buildings around the place. then you hit another group of cobbles. Now here you watch it because it's quite easily disguised. Not only are the cobbles, there's a little hump. Very, very easy to ground at that point. You then come up and in, and you can see where that white van is. We go left where he's just come from, with the brown cow pub on the right, and then the familiar sign as we come up here of the site. But watch this little hump. Again, it's quite tricky. The ground, and you've just got to be a little bit careful of that. And on the weekend, it's very busy there. And then you can see we're just entering into the site now. On the left you can see there's a card reader, which is fine once you've been into the site, because you'll get a card that you can put in that will work. As it will say on the barrier, new arrivals for access, see the panel on your left. In fact, there's a very clear intercom button that you push, and you talk to the wardens who raise the barrier and let you in. Then you continue through that first barrier once they've raised it for you. Just a very familiar caravan club approach with arrivals, pull forward all the way. You can see the site offices to the left. Because we've already been here, we can go to the right and let ourselves in through the barrier